What's going on, everybody? Today I have got a big old fragrance haul video for you. I've got designers, I've got clone fragrances. These are some of the absolute best choices for fall and winter that you can find. They are honestly freaking awesome. So we're going to get into this list. I want to let you know I picked these up at Fragrancebuy.ca, which hands down the past 2 years I have purchased more fragrances from Fragrance Buy than any other discounter, any other website, without question. And so they actually sent me these because they wanted me to let you know about a huge sale that's coming up. Sales at Fragrance Buy are honestly somewhat rare. Their prices are already the rock bottom. It's just the truth. I'm not blowing smoke. If you've shopped there, you know what I'm talking about. They already give you the best prices in the game. And with this sale that's over the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they have stackable discounts where you can get 11% off the entire store. You can get free shipping. They're doing giveaways, drawings, things like that. I'll tell you at the end. But let's go ahead and get into these fire fragrances for fall. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't and give the video a like if you like it. Let's go ahead and jump in. So first up, this is one that I had to get a hold of. I have the entire Spice Bomb line, except for there's a couple that are discontinued that I don't have, but I had to get Spice Bomb Dark Leather, and that's what this is right here. It is an incredible tobacco spicy fragrance. I want to tell you all about it. I have actually been wearing these. I've had them for a couple weeks. But as you can see, this bottle is just sick. It's all blacked out. It might be the best looking bottle so far. Sort of a matte finish on the glass. So super cool. But is the fragrance any good? I will tell you, a lot of people have been doing reviews on this, and pretty much everybody has said two things. One, it smells great, but two, it's not what I expected. I think the reason it's not what many were expecting is because Spice Bomb named it dark leather, and you would expect there to be this crazy dark leather note in it. And there is a leathery undertone. This is not the only Spice Bomb that has leather in it. I don't know why they named it dark leather, because people were expecting like Spice Bomb with some Tuscan leather, ombre leather, or something like that. But what you get instead is this rich, deep Spice Bomb / Spice Bomb Extreme DNA that is absolutely gorgeous. I love Spice Bomb. It is one of the spicy tobacco fragrances that is still mass pleasing. This is a absolutely gorgeous, woody, spicy fragrance. It's got some similarities to Spice Bomb Extreme, but it doesn't have as powerful of a vanilla fruitiness in the opening. It's really more of like a blend of Spice Bomb Extreme and the original Spice Bomb. It is every bit as addictive as Spice Bomb Extreme is. I would say Spice Bomb Extreme is one of my most long-lasting fragrances. My bottle is 14 hours plus, no exaggeration. It projects for 4 hours. It is a monster in every sense of the word. This one is more average performance. This is about a 7-hour fragrance. This is something that you're going to spray on at the beginning of the workday, and it's going to last you till about the end of the workday. There is a little bit of a leather note in this, but it's just not the dominant note. I think it is an excellent fragrance. This will absolutely be one of my most worn fragrances this fall. So check it out, Spice Bomb Dark Leather. They've got a phenomenal price at Fragrance Buy. I think I paid just like 90 bucks for this or something, which, you know, that's unusual for a new Spice Bomb. All right, next up, we'll hit another designer. This is one that I heard a lot about, and it's been on my list for probably 2 years. This is Issey Miyake Nei DC Parfum. And so the Parfum is similar to Nei DC. It is definitely that woody, very attractive fragrance that you're going to get with the original. But what they did with this one, they added to Nei DC some vanilla, they added some very clear spice, and they added a pretty significant leather note. So this is like a vanilla, leather, spice dominant take on Nei DC. Now to my nose, I don't get the vanilla as the dominant note. I get more the kind of leather and spice as the dominant note. I mention that because if you go to Fragrantica, they have vanilla being the most dominant note. You know how they'll do this sort of bar graph to show you. To my nose, I get the spices, I get the leather, I get a vanilla undertone, but I have so many vanilla fragrances that it could be, you know, my brain keys in on vanilla in a different way, and I have so many vanilla bombs that this one is a vanillic, gorgeous, spicy, woody, leathery fragrance. I mean, it smells like fall, and it's one of those fragrances. It's very spicy as well. There's some serious spice in this fragrance. It's one of those semi-transparent fragrances. It's one of those where the fragrance chemicals are doing some kind of magic in the air. The sillage, the projection in this one is phenomenal. So anyway, spicy, dark, you know, woody, leathery, with a little bit of sweetness from vanilla. This stuff is very good. Okay, now we're going to move into some clones. This one right here is one that I held off on getting because I already have a lot of things that are in this DNA, but it's one of my favorite DNAs. I'm talking about Nishane Ani, or Annie. It's different people pronounce it different ways. But you are probably familiar with this one. It is Fragrance World's Spectre Ghost. Ani is one of the best vanilla fragrance profiles ever created, in my opinion. And it's very interesting in that it's a niche fragrance all the way, but it is mass pleasing. What I mean is the way that it develops and the artistry in the composition is just, it's next level. And the original and this fragrance right here opens with a citrus fruity vanilla. Some people have compared it to like lemon meringue pie in the opening. And it does give you this very gourmand kind of edible vanilla that is distinctively Ani. It doesn't smell like the other vanilla fragrances I have. It's very distinct. And you get a little bit of the ginger, which is kind of the other standout in this fragrance. And then as the fragrance wears over the next half hour or hour, the ginger really starts to become dominant, and that citrus and other fruit vibe begins to die down a little, and it becomes a lightly citrus scented, powerful, spicy vanilla fragrance. Ginger and vanilla, I think there's some pepper in it as well, really becomes the focal point. And again, it is a spicy vanilla fragrance, vanilla dominant, very sweet but not cloying, perfect for the fall and for the winter. Super impressive stuff right here. Let's go ahead now and go to this one. Now this one right here is so impressive. I think everyone in my family has liked this, my immediate family. This one is another from Fragrance World, and this one is just SAR Oud Parfum. And so this one right here, as you may have guessed, is a Grand Soir clone. And what you're going to get in this one is a ton of amber. You're going to get amber, you're going to get vanilla, you're going to get a little bit of a woodiness. It is a gorgeous, sweet, warm, ambery vanilla fragrances. I think this DNA, the Grand Soir DNA, is one of the best examples of amber done in a very palatable, very mass-pleasing way. My wife, my daughters, my sons all really like this one. My sister didn't actually like it, and people perceive amber in different ways. To some people, amber can be a very sort of animalic note. It can, you know, come across as something that doesn't smell like a warm vanillic sweetness. But to me, this stuff is so very good. So warm and cozy. It actually reminds me a lot of like a powerful, like pipe tobacco vanilla. It doesn't have any tobacco in it, but it gives you that impression, that warm, rich, deep vanillic sweetness. The amber in this one reminds me a little bit of vanilla. Or a little bit of pipe tobacco. Love to hear if any of you have a similar kind of experience, but this stuff is incredible. It's super cheap. I don't remember what I paid for it, but it was very inexpensive. So check this one out. Highly recommended. It's a pretty new release from Fragrance World, SAR. We're going to go with another clone from Fragrance World. This one's been on my list for quite a while. This is Ebony Fume, or I guess you could say Ebony Fume, because it is a dupe of Tom Ford's Ebony Fume or Ebony Fume, which is a woody, smoky fragrance. And although I understand why people have a problem with these Middle Eastern brands copying the presentation, I mean, Fragrance World copied the presentation on this to a T. The box looks almost exactly like a Tom Ford, and check out this bottle. I think it's beautiful. It's, I mean, gorgeous and so very similar, even to the way that they tinted the inside of that glass bottle. I hope that's coming through on the camera, but they tinted the inside of the glass walls and they did the lid. So presentation is not everything, but whenever you have this sitting on your shelf, I mean, at a glance, it's going to look like a Tom Ford. Love it or hate it, that's just the facts. And the fragrance itself it's not, I didn't pick this up for a while because I thought, you know, I have a bunch of woody, smoky fragrances. I'm thinking, is this like a by the fireplace kind of fragrance? If so, I don't need something else like that. But then I smelled the original out in the stores, and it's actually not that. This fragrance is more of a woody, sort of soft, sweet fragrance with a smoke note than it is a smoky fragrance. You've got some guaiac wood, you've got some ebony wood, you've got some Palo Santo, you've got a smoke note, and then you've got some amber giving it some sweetness. This is not an overly sweet fragrance. It's more of a soft woods fragrance with some amber sweetness and some smoke that kind of flavors the whole thing. It's actually very interesting. I think this would be perfect for, you know, a night out where you're dressing up. It would be perfect, obviously, for a fall day where you're just going out running errands. You want something, again, that's going to give you that cozy kind of a feel. That's pretty much the theme with these, is these are cozy fall fragrances. You're going to want to go on a hayride, go to a bonfire, go do something in that crisp autumn air whenever you're wearing these. And this one right here, super interesting. And again, it is dirt cheap from Fragrancebuy. Definitely worth checking out. I don't know if you could even get a decant of the original. You probably could for about the same price that you're going to get this. Even reviews and videos you're going to see online, people are going to say, oh yeah, it's quite similar to the Tom Ford. And so there you go. That's been 5, I think, perfect fragrances for the fall from Fragrancebuy. And again, I want to let you know about this sale because they only have a few of these per year. And if you can get an additional 11% off and free shipping from Fragrancebuy, that undercuts the price of any other website out there, period. Go check their prices, see if I'm not telling you the truth. And again, this sale is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to end at midnight Eastern on Sunday. Here's some other things you need to know about the sale. So again, 11% off site-wide with the code in checkout FB11. And these are stackable, so you can use both of these together. There's also a free shipping code if you spend over $111 USD, and the free shipping code is 11SHIP. So you can get 11% off with FB11, and then you can get free shipping if you spend $111 with 11SHIP. They're also going to be putting in some samples or freebies if you spend over $400 USD. If you're one of the first 250 to place an order like that, they've got Parfums de Marly and Xerjoff hairspray, deodorant, candles. And so, you know, scent for your hair, deodorant and candles, these are valued at around $60 each. They also have the first 5,000 orders, period, no matter how much you spend, are going to get samples automatically added to your order. They also have 5 golden tickets that are going to be randomly put into orders, and they're going to give you, if you get the golden ticket, 100% off of your order up to $500 during the time of the sale. So you simply place your order of $150 or more for your chance to win basically a free order if you get the golden ticket. We've also got some heavily reduced door crashers. I'm going to put a link in the description where you can click on that link, which they always have door crashers that you really need to check out. But you can click the link in the description and see some of the cheapest stuff that is on their site. As well as I'm going to put my collection, since I'm doing this collab with them, I've put together 10 of my favorite fragrances that you can get at Fragrance Buy. Several of the ones from this order are in there, as well as just some of my favorites of the past couple years. And again, you're going to find the best prices probably of anywhere whenever you find them at Fragrance Buy, especially with this sale. So check out the link as well for my favorites that you're going to find in the description. I'm also going to link to all the ones that I featured in the video in the description. So anyway, get in on this sale. You won't regret it. I'm Justin. This is Sillage Scents. Thanks for watching.